South Africans and foreign visitors will visit the country's beaches over the coming days, and safety should be top of mind. The National Sea Rescue Insitute is urging people to be vigilant at the beach and near swimming pools over the holidays. To discuss this, then, we're joined by the spokesperson for the NSRI, Craig Lambinon. Craig, a very good evening to you. Thank you so much for being on News at Prime tonight. Would I be right to say that drownings are the most common emergency at this time of year? Water emergency, that is?
Yeah, so I mean, obviously up there with motor vehicle accidents, but obviously from our perspective, drowning accidents are what we mostly respond to at this time of the year. But that also there's no real pattern. So one year there might be more boating accidents than drowning accidents, and the next year it might be different. There's no real pattern to what we do. So we're really on high alert to respond to any water emergency, be it inland waterways or coastal. And even obviously swimming pools at home, where we're encouraging the public to have a safety net around their home swimming pools.
And the issue of safety nets around swimming pools is very important, especially because people usually host during this time of year. Craig may bring his kid to your house, and we don't know if the kid can swim, and we need to have those protective measures in place, don't we?
Correct. So we've requested the public to have a dedicated monitor when your children are in or around water, whether it's a swimming pool at home, at the beach, or even in an inland water, river, lake, or dam. And we've gone so far as to develop a lanyard that they can wear around their neck that says that they're the official monitor for half an hour, and then that gets passed to the next person. And the idea behind that is that they don't get distracted by their cell phones or by a conversation. When you're watching the children and they're in the water swimming, you need to physically dedicate yourself to watching them, because drowning is a silent affair. When a child drowns, they simply sink underwater. There's no crying for help or splashing or anything like that. It's simply sinking underwater. And it does happen where other children are in the water with that child, and they didn't even notice that child slipped underwater, and only later it's noticed that child is no longer there, and then they look for the child's at the bottom of the swimming pool. So we are encouraging the public to have that safety-conscious mindset around water, and to make sure that you're looking after your children in and around water.
I think what's most frightening for me, Craig, in terms of drowning, is just how quickly it happens. You just said it's a silent affair. It's not what you see in the movies where it's a dramatic moment.
That is correct, and we're also appealing to the public who are going to beaches to only swim at beaches where and when the lifeguards are on duty. The lifeguards post their red and yellow flags where it's safe to swim. Swim in between the red and yellow flags. They might move those during the day because rip currents form at different places constantly throughout the day. When they move those, they'll ask the public to move with them. We're asking the public to obey the lifeguards' instructions. If you need assistance, go to the lifeguards for help. And if you get separated from your family, the lifeguards are the people to go to. The lifeguards really are the unsung heroes, because they're involved in a lot of intervention rescue. Before it becomes an actual rescue, they've already stopped the drowning from happening, because they've noticed that the people in the water might be getting too close to a rip current, or they might be drifting outside of those safe demarcated swimming zones, and they'll rush in and re-corral the public back into line again, into that safe swimming area.
I wonder if the pandemic and the related regulations pose a unique challenge or requirement as far as beach safety this year.
So it is obviously a challenge, as it has been for the last 2 years. There are other things to take care of, like social distancing, wearing your mask. You can't wear your mask while you're in water, because it obviously gets waterlogged and may cause problems. But sanitize regularly, practice social distancing, and just really have a safety-conscious mindset. The whole emphasis is all of the emergency services, including everybody at the NSRI. We want everybody to have a safe and fun-filled holiday season, and not a tragedy.
Final one, alcohol at the beach is still quite controversial. People who either turn up already having consumed alcohol, or those who drink on the beaches. What is the official rule on that?
So the official rule from law enforcement and from the police is there's no alcohol allowed on the beaches, a public area, But we would, from our perspective, and obviously we're the volunteers who are responding to the emergencies, we encouraging the public, don't drink alcohol and go swimming, boating, paddling, or sailboarding. It does subdue your senses. If you get into trouble, you're not able to react like you would normally if you hadn't been drinking alcohol. So preferably don't drink alcohol. Alcohol and water don't mix in this case.
Craig Lambinon, good to speak to you, spokesperson for the National Sea Rescue Insitute.